Guys, it's me again with another crypto gem. It's only fitting, since we've been talking about Claire, it's only fitting that we talk about ShareRing today. With ShareRing, I actually discovered this a few months ago. And when I discovered it, it was actually my top pick, and it still kind of is. This is definitely a long-term hodl, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, if you don't know anything about ShareRing, what it is, the name says it all. There's a sharing ecosystem, and it's for sharing anything. Obviously, it's built on the blockchain. It's decentralized, and so what is sharing? Okay, so when it first started, people thought that it was nothing but a travel app. Okay, they were due to launch on an app on Apple and Samsung. But I think that's been pushed back because of the pandemic. All right, so that messed with their timeline. But I guess that's going to be coming soon. But this is a place for sharing anything, from car rentals, hotels, global. It's a global ecosystem, and the website looks quite nice, as you can see. Very well done. It's actually recently being updated. They've got this thing called the ShareRing ID. Okay, I thought it was called One ID. One ID, where basically your ID is stored on the blockchain. So it's one ID for everything. You don't need to, every time you book something or do something, you don't need to bring an ID or anything like that. And there's obviously a problem with fraud and things like that. So once your ID is on the blockchain, your face, your picture, all of that is biometrically recognized, and it eliminates the fraud aspects of things. So it literally be there on the blockchain. I don't know whether you have to renew your IDs after a certain amount of years or anything like that, but that's definitely something that's quite interesting, especially with let's say for example you were out and about and you wanted to jump on an airplane and go somewhere. You need your passport, don't you? You can't leave your house without your passport or anything like that. Now, if your ID was on the blockchain, you're a free spirit. You know what I mean? You could just, wherever you are, someone could say, let's go here, let's go there, and you could just jump on an airplane and go because your ID is on the blockchain. As long as you've got your phone with you, for example. We don't leave the house without our phones, do we? They've got a number of different products. So they've got sharing pay, so they've tokenized, their coin, the SHR token, is something you can use to obviously pay for the services within their mobile app, and I'll go through that in a minute. Okay, so we've got the share token, this SHR. Obviously, I mentioned the app is the share ledger. So let's look at the token, right? So the token price is currently just 1.5 cents roughly, and that's gone up from under a penny. Because when I first discovered this token, it was 1/10 of a penny, and obviously it's seen significant gains over the past few months. It's currently ranked at 282, 20 million, 21, just under 21 million on the market cap. There's a lot more volume coming through right now. The circulating supply is 1.4 billion. The total supply, it says on here, 2.038 billion. The total supply is actually more like 4.39 billion, if I've got that correctly. But they did do a token burn. They are doing token burns, and that's not completely accurate. However, the circulating supply is accurate, and the market cap and all that sort of stuff does seem to be accurate. So it says ShareRing aims to make sharing and renting services quicker and simpler for everyone by creating an accessible and sustainable global ecosystem for the sharing and renting economies. It aims to become the world's trusted marketplace for the sharing community. ShareRing has reportedly developed a number of blockchain-supported modules such as bookings management, self-sovereign identity, reviews, dispute resolution, reward system, and a stable coin that facilitates low FX payments in a fiat and a number of cryptocurrencies. Now, it mentions a stable coin there. So they've got the SHRP, which will be on the app as well, and that's the ShareRing stable coin. And then you've got the SHR, which is this one, which is ShareToken. Okay, now it's called ShareRing, but sometimes people would refer to it as ShareToken because of the token, but the brand is actually ShareRing. Now, on the website was updated, like I said, just to improve the kind of look and the feel of it, so that people weren't confused, thinking that it's merely a travel app. We're on a lockdown, but when it comes to traveling, sharing, they've on the app, they've got lots of like hotel bookings and all that sort of stuff. So they're partnered with like thousands of hotels globally, and in places like Thailand, let's say for example, you wanted to rent a car, you can do it through the app. You want to get a hotel, you can do it through the app. You want to, book events or somewhere to go, restaurants, dinners, all that sort of stuff. You can do that through the app. Now, they actually scaled that back slightly temporarily because the hotels contacted them and said that, they're no longer offering those services until the end of July, which is why they've not released the app yet. The CEO, Timothy Bose, now he was talking about potentially rolling out a vanilla app just so you can get the look and feel of the app before rolling it out completely once everything goes back to normal. But they're debating as to whether they should do that or not. But the app is going to be on Apple Store, and see, because they've updated the website, I don't know where everything is right now. Travel, look, the only travel app you will ever need. Imagine stepping off the plane and knowing everything can be securely booked and managed from your phone. I mean, we do everything on our phones right now. We just need simple apps and things like that we can just do everything. Imagine you could just sort, you booking a holiday, you can just sort everything out in one app. Everything that you're going to do when you get there, how you're going to get there, how you're going to get picked up, whether you're going to rent a car, all of that. You don't need to go through different entities. You can just do it all through the ShareRing app. The ShareRing platform is built on a distributed ledger technology, as I said before, which means every transaction is secure, user identities are checked, and so on. So before an agreement takes place, everything's going to be checked on the blockchain. So you're secure on both ends. You'll know you're not going to get robbed or scammed. Okay, so like I said, with car sharing, hotel and short stay accommodation, insurance, cryptocurrency, marketplace, charity, logistic and transport. Now the thing about ShareRing is they've actually got a product right now, and that's the ShareRing shop. Okay, so basically in Melbourne, Australia, they've got because this launched when the lockdown came out, by the way, but it's almost like a Ocado where they can order food. There's like a location of like 50,000 houses, and they cover one area at the moment where you can get all your things delivered like Amazon, and it's free shipping for orders over $50. But yeah, that's only in Australia right now, but they are looking to do like a global rollout with that. And I think you can actually pay with ShareToken as well. I'm not entirely sure, but you can obviously pay with your card. And yeah, SharePay. I mean, you can pay with your ShareToken and you can pay with card. So that's actually a working product. I don't know how successful it is at the moment, but it's been going for probably about a month now. So that's great. That's definitely something that's nice. Now, the guy that founded this company is Timothy Bose, okay? And there's a picture of him down here. Timothy Bose, Chairman and CTO. Tim has over 20 years experience working with startups and established enterprises with a focus on technology. He has held a number of senior roles within widely recognized and respected global organizations, including Program Manager at Avanade Australia, a Microsoft Venture, Associate Director at Barclays Capital based in Singapore, Project Manager at GE Capital, and Infrastructure Manager at Atari. Kiaz is also Tim's third successful startup. He sold his telematics company, BioWatch, to Procon in 2013, and also recently sold Caravan to an ASX listed company. Just thought I'd read that for you. But this guy is an established businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He's got many successful startups that he's moved on from already. But if you look at this, if you look at the website, it's quite similar. The color schemes similar, and Okay, I'll take that back. It's not. The previous website looked a little bit more like this, but like I say, this has recently been updated about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, Kias is like, if you don't know what this is one of the biggest car rental companies in Australia. Yeah, and they're not in Australia alone, they're in 5 countries. Kias, New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, USA, Hong Kong, and Vietnam. And they've got offices in a lot of these places as well for ShareRing. They've got offices in Vietnam, Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, I believe, and Thailand. And yeah, there's something that I wanna. I mean, this is the bread and butter of this now. We'll have a look at some chart. We'll have a look at some charts in a little while. But just before I do, okay. I want to. In fact, I'll get to the bread and butter after this. Right. Let me just show you. Now, their Twitter is very active. The Telegram is very active. They're like more or less every day or every other day. There's something coming out. They're very busy and they're keeping us well informed. Okay, and that's something that you always want to see. I mean, you invest in a product and they're quiet for 6 months. You start to worry a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this came out just 12 hours ago actually. But they're showing you the ShareRing app working, as you can see there. I like the way they do business. You can actually watch a few AMAs online. I know there's one with blockchain Brad. That's a good one because he asked some really good questions and he dug deep into ShareRing of what they are. And I must say the CEO was very impressive as well, Timothy Bowes. He answered questions very well. And like his vision for ShareRing, it just sounds like, I mean, it makes you want to jump on board. So they're basically they've got quite a few partnerships in the recent days. Obviously, we see with Player, which is the most recent one, which people are talking about right now. They've got well, that's just a mention from a company in China, which I definitely can't read. I'm not that smart. But yeah, they've got. Let's see if I can find it. Like you can see their stuff working, whatever that is. You know, looks nice. Yeah, I mean they've got. They're showing you a little picture of their new office in Hong Kong. What they say, we are expanding rapidly. Can't wait to introduce the new staff. Yeah, they're hiring more staff as well, and that's something you want to see from a company. They're hiring more people. I mean, they're so busy. They need to get more people in. All right. Now they just recently had a BUSD pair on Binance Dex. Okay, and that should bring more liquidity into the market and more awareness through ShareRing. Now this one I actually missed. I saw it when I was scrolling through the Twitter earlier. I don't know how I missed that. But Alphabet, they've partnered with Alphabet. Now what they've been doing is like they've been announcing like a new partnership like once a week, which is actually a good strategy because it keeps you involved and it reassures you, you know, and it's almost like it gives you something to look forward to all of the time. And they do say like that every week the announcements will be bigger. So this one's probably bigger than the last one. $1 billion digital asset fund, Alphabet. I don't know who that is, but that's definitely something I'll need to look into after this. In fact, you know what? So let's find out what Alphabet is. Might as well. Alphabet fund, Alphabet digital asset management. Okay, so they specialize in digital assets and cryptocurrencies. Of course, Alphabet specializes in investments in blockchain and distributed ledger technology projects. We offer a wide range of advisory services and act as the investment advisor to the Alphabet Fund, the world's first regulated digital. Okay, so that's regulation there. That's great. Digital asset regulation. They've got the same kind of thing with GDA Capital, which CKJ did a video on the other day. So If you want that coverage, you can go and watch his video about Player and ShareRing, and he kind of tells you a little bit about GDA Capital. But yeah, I mean, recently featured on Uptrend. GDA Capital, that's Global Digital Assets. Yeah, I mean, there's so much announcements, there's so much news that I'm not going to go through all of this with you, but that's something you can definitely check out if you join their Telegram. Just type it, just look for ShareRing in Telegram, and in Twitter it's just ShareRing, SHARERING, and yeah, ShareRing Global is the actual one that you want, because there's two and one of them's old. But yeah, you can check them out on Twitter. You can do a little bit more of your own research. But the bread and butter of this, so I want to get into this. So they've got a partnership with Dipaya Insurance, okay, and they're Thailand's largest non-life insurance provider, okay. Now, why I think that this is huge, right? Because Dipaya Insurance are owned by the Thailand government, or they're at least part owned by the Thailand government. So let's just have a read. So ShareRing drives mainstream blockchain adoption and so on. A model-based cryptocurrency project known as ShareRing signed a major deal with Dipaya Insurance and so on. Dipaya Insurance is a Thailand-listed company engaged in the provision of non-life insurance. The company is partially owned by the Thailand government and has become the largest travel insurance provider in Thailand now. This is massive. You can see Tim Bowles here with the CEO, the president. That's actually the president of Dipaya Insurance, and they're talking about ShareRing there. So this is real. This is real stuff going on, guys. And they're partially owned. Did you say part? Yeah, they're partially owned by the Thailand government. The government. So that's regulation right there in Thailand, at least. It says in the first stage of integration, planned for Q4 2019, which has already passed, of course, Dipaya will be offering travel products through the ShareRing app and backend system, then integrate the other products. The second stage, planned for early 2020, is mandatory insurance for every EVOA application will be directly integrated onto the ShareLedger blockchain. Okay, and again, mandatory insurance for every EVOA generates 2 transactions for the ShareRing ecosystem, and the word that I'm highlighting there is mandatory. Okay, so Thailand government, we're talking about mandatory insurance planned for early 2020. Okay, EVOA is electronic visa on arrival. Now, the great thing about this is when you go on a holiday to somewhere like Thailand or wherever, yeah, it's a bit annoying sometimes when you have to arrange your visas, okay? And like I said before about, the One ID and having your passport on the blockchain and stuff like that. Imagine you could just jump on an aeroplane and you could sort out your visa and it will all be there ready for you by the time you get off the aeroplane. Like, rather than you have to jump through hoops and go through the paperwork and all that stuff before and then get your passport stamped and all that sort of stuff. Like, this is electronic visa. It's all on the blockchain, guys. It's all on the blockchain. And that's actually massive. So that is going to be, I mean, when you travel, you've got to get travel insurance, right? So that, if you're going to Thailand, it's almost as if to say, you're most likely going to be downloading the ShareRing app. If you don't have it by the time you get there, you'll be downloading it when you do get there. We're talking about mandatory insurance and visas of everyone that's to have a visa. So that looks like mass adoption there, at least in Thailand, and then that can be rolled out like everywhere. Another partnership there, Alpha Sigma Capital. Fireblocks. We've got a partnership with Fireblocks. GDA Capital, of course, Alphabet, and Player. So yeah, check that out, guys. Check that out. If we look at the chart, okay, as you can see, this news has not been void, and it's been moving the chart. The last thing you want to see is all of this news coming out, and it's a new project, and it's not going nowhere. Okay, now the chart's moving like it didn't, when I first got into this, I mean, what I noticed is it was on Bitmart, and Bitmart is quite a low liquidity exchange. Like a lot of coins on here are not worth putting anything in because you can get stuck in a coin if you fling your money in there, you know. So what I noticed from way back over here is that the liquidity is quite nice. You know, you got like a little 500% pump there, you know, and you get and it retraced all the way back now, which is why I took a position in this area, and the rest is history. You know, I did say in my other video, I got out around here. You know, I got a friend into it, and he bought around these levels. No, sorry, he bought around these levels, and it retraced, and he held through it, and now he's going to the moon. But if you see the increase in volume, the volume was building up from way over here. So it was a no-brainer to buy. We see the accumulation with the increase in volume, and off to the moon. Okay. One of the things about this is it's like ShareToken or ShareRing. It's not on many exchanges at the moment. Okay, it's just some Binance decks, and you see the volume. Look at the volume. You know, low. You know, there's no point in buying it on Binance decks, in my opinion. But you can buy it on ShareRing, and obviously they've got 93% of the volume. I mean, last week it was 99% of the volume. So yeah, you can definitely buy it on there. Now, if you do want to find a chart so you can do some proper charting on ShareRing, if you don't enjoy charting in the exchange, then what you can do is on CoinTrader Pro. I think this is like the only place that I could find where it actually has the chart, you know, and it's been moving really nice. I mean, it's moving really nice. You can see it came, it's bull flagging, bull flags are playing out. Bull flag up there, you know, whether another bull flag, whether this will create another bull flag, maybe we'll have to wait and see, but it is holding the area very well. Or a falling wedge, maybe. It'd be nice to see before another leg up and carry on to the moon. You won't want to see it fall below these levels. As you can see, when we got the breakout, boom, 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 we had a double bottom over here, yeah, double bottom, and then we broke out, and then it came up and it consolidated, then it touched back on support, and then off. So that's a classic retest and off to the moon. But we'll have to wait and see where it goes from here. But personally, with all the news and the way they're moving as a company, I think the only way is up. So what do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate all the messages. And I'm a new channel, so I am responding to all messages at the moment. So if you do message me, if you've got any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask them in the comments. I hope that you found value in this video. And if you did, you know, feel free to let me know. But yeah, that's it for now. If you haven't done already, subscribe to the channel. Oh, and before I forget, there's actually 2 new exchanges that they're going to be listed on sometime next week, according to their Twitter feed. Okay? Moon time.